It's Decorating Cakes 101, and today I'm making a cake for my cousin, which he's going to be here later, and it's going to be a surprise, so shh, don't tell anyone, but it's going to be a Lego cake, because he loves Legos, and there's also going to be a race car on top, because he likes racing and cars and stuff like that. So, we're going to start on the race car. So right here I just have some crispy treats, and so that's what we're going to use to mold the car. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with about 3. I'm going to start off with 2, and then I have a third one just in case. And so I'm just going to start squishing these together. And you want to make sure you have shortening on your hands or it will stick because of the marshmallows. So I added a little extra to one Rice Krispie treat because just one wasn't enough. So now trying to shape the car. So to make a car, it's going to be a race car. So I'm going to start off by flattening it like that. And make it nice and like flat like that. And when you want to use your hands to keep it any lumps and you start shaping it. Alright, so now I'm going to take the back part, smooth that out a little bit with my hands, and now I'm going to make the wheels. So I'm going to take that in half and just start rolling this part into a round ball and attach that to the side, like that. And then we're going to be using fondant to cover this, and then you'll be able to tell this is a wheel right here. Alright, so there's the back. So that's the front. And in the back we're going to be using more fondant, like the part where you sit in, well, in the middle. And I'm going to start just making a little arch for like where your head would go. So that goes right there. And I want to make it flat, not too big though. And now the back is right here. So I'm going to take a little bit more, and the wheels are going to be a little bit bigger in the back also. And just do the same thing you did in the front. There is our race car. Looks pretty good. Okay, now when we cover this with fondant, there's going to be lumps from the Rice Krispies. So what I have is some chocolate, well, melted chocolate, and what you can do is just scoop it, and you can just, you know, almost like you're frosting it, and you'll get all those cracks and crevices, and then when it dries, you'll be able to put your fondant on it, and it will be nice and smooth. Alright, so now that that's done, it's not fully dry, but you can kind of, you know, use your fingers to where it doesn't stick, and just keep the parts that kind of sticking out, and just flatten it a little bit. Okay. And so I'm going to let that finish drying while we roll out our fondant. So this car is going to have black racing stripes and blue. Like the whole car is going to be blue. And then I have a little bit of white for the top part where your head goes. Okay. So once again, shortening. And now I got my rolling pin. So you want to roll this out for as thick as you would use to cover your cake. For how much you would cover a cake with, like 1/16 of an inch. Take our car, and you can just do that. And just start flattening it like you would with your cake. Just do that. And don't set it in the fridge for too long. You want to make it still sticky enough to where the fondant will stick, or you can just use icing, stuff like that. There we go. And continue shaping it. Alright, now to continue, we're going to put the wheels on and the, you know, the doors and stuff. So here I have black. And we're going to do the wheels. So you want to cut it into, like, you know, circles, 4 circles. Alright, so if you don't have like a small circle cutter, which I do but I can't find it, you can use the bottom of a tip, alright, to make the wheels. Just do that, and you'll have that. A nice wheel. Alright, and then you can take a bit of white and cut an even smaller hole out of that and stick it right on top of the black. And you can just take a little bit of white fondant and make a tinier hole and then stick that like that. And that's your wheel. Pretty simple. And then you can also use some water to stick it on there, which I'm going to do. Alright, so here's my water. And you can use a paintbrush on your fingertips to paint it on. But not too much, because you don't want it to be too sticky. Okay? And simply just stick it on like that. And there is your wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up all the wheels. I have all the wheels done. Yeah, this is my first race car, so I hope it looks good. Alright, so now we're going to do just some random parts of a car, like, you know, racing stripes, stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll out this black fondant. That's rolled out. I'm going to take this knife, and I'm just going to cut out just a strip, a square strip like this. Okay, so now I'm just going to add this like that. And then the top part is just going to be just round. So I'm just going to cut a circle and do that. Annoying dog. Okay? And then you put that on top as well. And blend that in with the stripes. Alright? And then just to add effect, I'm just going to add like a tiny door handle, you know, just to make it look like it's a door, because it just doesn't look right. And I think that's my race car. Oh yeah. Also, I'm going to add some right here next to the wheels, because the wheels just look plain just sitting there. You know, I'm going to do that. Just add a little bit on top of my wheels and give it some effect. Alright, so I took off that one stripe on the front because I'm actually going to put a number on it, because, you know, racing cars have numbers, and my cousin is turning 11. So, I'm going to make 11, and I'm going to do it in white. And 11 is pretty easy to make, because it's just 2 lines. And there we go. And that was my first race car. There it is. And I'm sure he's going to love it, because he likes cars. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge. Okay, so the next part is, well, I have my cake right here, and if you're going to do this, you want to cover your area with paper towel so it doesn't get everywhere. Alright, so I have some green color mist for the grass part of, you know, the raceway. So shake it up, and just, you want it to be at least 6 inches from your area. That was fun. Alright, now I'm going to make the raceway, because that's what's going to make this Lego-ish raceway. And I'm also probably going to do like a Lego, you know, logo at the very bottom, just to, you know it's Legos. Alright, so now the raceway is basically just going to be part of the road just going like that. But it's going to be kind of curved also, because it just looks boring if it's just straight. And roll your fondant out as much as I can. I might need more. Nah, I'll just make it very thin. Alright. I don't want this part to be wasted right here. Perfectly spin. Okay, so now I'm putting this on, and I'm going to have axis lines in the middle. So I have a tiny bit of white. I'm going to use a toothpick as it's, you know, where you put it on. And we're going to go ahead, the black is going to be its base. So, and then I'm going to use white to make it checkered. Like that. And then I'm going to use the white to make a checkered flag. Okay, so I have all these tiny pieces of squares, and I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, do every other piece and just have them stick. So I think most of you know what a checkerboard looks like. Okay, now to do the next thing, and I'm going to make the Lego logo, put it at the bottom of it. So now we're doing the Lego logo, alright? Because, I mean, you can't have Legos without the Lego logo. So I have some red fondant, and I'm going to go ahead and roll that out also, because we have lots of fondant rolling out to do, especially for this cake. Okay, and then once again, you're going to use to cut it into a rectangle. And I'm not going to make it too big though, because I don't want it taking up the entire cake. That looks good to write Lego on it. Okay, so now this is going to be the longest part that I'm going to have to do. Okay, so I have this Lego mold. This is originally an ice cube mold that you can get offline. I just got mine offline. Yeah. So basically what I'm going to do, and as crazy as it sounds, I'm going to just make a whole bunch of Lego molds and put them around the cake. So I have yellow, blue, green, red, and white. And so those are the 5 colors I'm going to use. So I essentially have to make like 120 Legos. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start off with red because that's the color I'm out. And what I did was I put shortening in these, used some cornstarch, and then tapped it out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. I experienced that shortening makes it stick too much, and too much cornstarch will make it all white and stuff. So you want to have, you know, a little bit of each. Okay, so what you're going to need for this is some fondant, the mold, cornstarch, and a toothpick. So I'm going to get that. Okay, so now roll out your fondant. Once again, rolling out fondant. What's new? And yeah, I have this medium cutter. I'm going to just cut out some to start off with. I'm only going to show you me making one because these will just take way too long, even in, you know, times 2 speed. Okay, now just start off by putting it in the Lego piece and just, you know, press to make all the indentions. And now take your toothpick and, you know, partly go like that first, like, you know, bend the mold a bit to get it, like, you know, out a bit. And then gently, ever so gently, take it out with your fingers. And that, my friend, is how you get a Lego fondant piece. Okay, I finally finished making all of the pieces. It turns out I only had to make around 80 pieces, and then I just put them on. I put them in a pattern like I did red, yellow, white, green, blue, all the way around. And then for the top, I cut the 4 into 3s and then put those around. Okay, so I finished the cake. Here it is. You already know that's finished, but yeah. So basically, that is my cake. So that is it. And my Lego fell. So I hope you enjoy. Like this video if you think this cake is awesome.